Good evening, dear friends. This program is for the private students of LL.M course, paper 4, paper 7, branch 4, corporate and securities laws. Paper also is corporate and securities laws. And then PG College of Law, Osmania University. My dear friends, I have already completed my discussion on Unit 1 and Unit 2 part. This is last part of Unit 2. 3 and 4 already I gave enough lectures and uploaded them. Some material also has been given to you on GST. So this is all enough. You can start off your studies. Download the enactments and then study them thoroughly. You please download now. In this lesson, I am going to deal with Competition Act. I have already uploaded some important material, and that particular material you study, and then how this legislation has to be studied. I thought of giving you some guidelines. So this particular program is arranged now, video program. Then friends, this particular Competition Act, you please download. This is Competition Act 2002. Download it from the Google and then keep the act ready, and then you study along with this particular provisions. And then friends, one more thing is that prior to this legislation, the MRTP Act 1969 was enacted to ensure the operation of economic system does not result in the concentration of economic power to the common detriment, and control monopolies and prohibit restrictive and monopolistic trade practices. Subsequently, in 1984, unfair trade practices was also added to MRTP Act, and then in fact that is also part of the Consumer Protection Act now. Then friends, this particular MRTP Act was based on the size and value of assets, where the value is 100 or more crores. Then subsequently in 2000, the theory of size of the industry was taken over by the behavior theory of markets. And the MRTP Commission was also influenced by it and concentrated on prohibition of unfair, restrictive and monopolistic practices, and then competition was an important factor which came into vogue. Already in 40s, the Sherman Act has come in United States. Antitrust laws were there on par with MRTP, but Sherman Act in United States was equivalent to our Competition Act. This Competition Act, Sherman Act, goes beyond the frontiers. That is the reason why this legislation, Competition Act, has got prominence, and then it has replaced the MRTP Act, and instead of dimension of the size of the firm, assets, value, it is the competition that is taken into consideration, and the objective is to encourage competition so that there would be healthy growth of industry. Thus, the Competition Act 2002 was enacted with an objective to prevent practices having adverse effect on competition and to promote and sustain competition in the markets, and then to protect the interest of consumers, to ensure freedom of trade carried on by the participants in markets. So for this purpose, two institutions have been constituted. One is the Competition Commission of India, the other one is the Competition Appellate Tribunal. Then friends, there are certain important terms which you can go through. I have already circulated the material. You can see one is under section 2B of the Competition Act, the agreement, and then 2F, consumer. And here the competition is not defined, it's a generic term. It has to be taken with the meaning of practice. And then the enactment centers around the aspects pertaining to competition in the market. And then friends, this particular act has got 66 sections, And then chapter 1 is on preliminaries, chapter 2 is on Competition Commission of India, section 7 to 17. Then chapter 2 is on prohibition of certain agreements, abuse of dominant position and regulation of combinations, where section 3 is very important pertaining to anti-competitive agreements, 4 is abuse of dominant position, 5 is combination, and 6 is regulation of combinations. This is how you have to view and then study this particular legislation. Then friends, under chapter 3, the Competition Commission of India has to be studied starting from section 7 to 17. And then the duties, powers and functions are stated in chapter 4 from sections 18 to 40. 40 was repealed. Then section 41 deals with Director General, chapter 5. Then based on the non-compliances, penalties chapter comes into picture, that is chapter 6, sections 42 to 48. Apart from that, to spread the competition knowledge, competition advocacy has been mooted under chapter 7, that's section 49. Then friends, miscellaneous provisions you find under chapter 8, sections 50 to 53, and then the most important chapter, Competition Appellate Tribunal, 53A to 53U. Now the Competition Appellate Tribunal is merged and then taken to National Company Law Appellate Tribunal, NCLAT, in 2017 Finance Act. This particular factor you have to note down. This has been now taken to NCLAT. Then 54 to 66, chapter 9, miscellaneous provisions. So here in the examination point of view, read 3, 4, 5 and 6 sections, that is anti-competition agreements, abuse of dominant position, combination, regulation of combinations. And then Competition Commission of India General Constitution is under 7 to 17, whereas you have to study thoroughly for examination point of view duties, powers and functions of the Competition Commission under sections 18 to 39. Then another important thing is penalties under 42 to 48, and then the Competition Appellate Tribunal, which is now merged with NCLAT under section 53A to 53U under chapter 8A. So this is the general topography of the scheme of the legislation, and whatever is decided by the Competition Commission and penalties have been imposed, that would be challengeable before the Competition Appellate Tribunal. So in this particular segmentation, I have already supplied written material also, so that students will have a general knowledge in written material. It was not written about the merger with NCLAT, so now I am giving that information also through this particular video. With this friends, I conclude my entire discussion on all the topics, and then for the sake of private students, this particular information and videos given will be sufficient, and then please study, download the legislation, study well. And I want every student of mine, private or regular, to come out with flying colors and get distinction. Please do your job now, and further, whoever is attached to me, complete your thesis work at the earliest without wasting any much time. Already now time is up, and then maybe in June or July you may have examinations, as it is notified today by the UGC and then other agencies. So you look for, my principal madam will give instructions. I thank principal madam for having given this opportunity and then help you all. And then I have got an opportunity to serve you also. So I wish you all the best. God bless you, and then good luck. Good night.